It's good to be back, man.
It
It's good to
really
be
is.
back with you,
It really is. Talking
man.
this game, man. I'm ready to talk some ball, bro.
Come on. I mean, look, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff to talk about
A lot.
off the rap.
A
I
lot.
gotta talk about my man Jalen Hurts. I gotta throw him
Oh,
some
God.
bell right here. I gotta get
Oh,
my
man.
man name right because the
Okay.
season about to start. We gonna start it off right.
So much
Too
new
many
talent. We
people is
still
putting
talking about
smut on
Jalen
my
Hurts.
man's name. It was some cast. Listen, and you know me, like let's look at the evidence. Let's talk about it, man. I'm passionate, but let's talk about it. Let's not just grab a narrative and run with it, right?
Okay.
I think I've done a fair job of critiquing Dak without just running with the narratives,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So with my man on ESPN, you got them running, and they're like, you got rid of this coordinator and this coordinator. Now you want to get rid of this receiver. At some point, I think you need to look at getting rid of the quarterback. That might be the problem. I'm like, player, slow down, slow down, Mister Narrative Eater. You need to take a break, step away from the plate,
Right.
because when you talk about the offensive coordinators that we've gone through in the last, let's say, 4 or 5 seasons, it's been because of success. You talking about Steichen? That was exceptional play. We figured some things out. Went to the Super Bowl. It didn't go our way. Then we bring your boy in, Kellen Moore. Take it all the way to the house.
Okay. Hold on.
Come
Hold on.
home.
But okay. Good. Good. I'm glad you
So,
go
let's
there.
talk about it. Let's
I'm
talk
glad
about
you
it.
went there because this is me, and a lot of
Mhm.
people in Cowboy Nation can probably appreciate this. We watched Jalen Hurts in college. We know what he can do, right? But
Amen.
then
Amen.
we hear the information coming from the locker room out of Philly. We don't
Mhm.
know. We just know we see on Sundays or whatever day it is. We watched Kellen Moore be a quarterback coach. Then he was an OC. Gave Dak some of
Mhm.
his best work, right?
Come on.
Pause. Then he goes. Then he goes to the Chargers.
Heavy.
Then he
Heavy
goes to the
pause.
Chargers, and and he's got the offense clicking pass first out there in LA.
Yep.
Beautiful. So he's pass first all the time. He starts with the
Yeah.
quarterback. That's his thing. He
Yeah.
gets to Philly, and then all of a sudden it's run first. And so on
Mhm.
the outside, you're looking like, okay, well, maybe this quarterback cannot achieve what these other quarterbacks that he's worked with could achieve. And so he's being smart enough to make some adjustments for this quarterback. Tell me we lying.
Okay. This. Oh,
Tell me we lying.
lying. No lies. Let me just ask you a question.
Okay.
How many Super Bowls did Kellen Moore win with the San
Oh,
Diego Chargers? And
none.
second question, how many Super Bowls did Kellen Moore win with the Dallas Cowboys? Okay.
None.
So listen, let's say your boy Kellen Moore, which I was like, what are we doing? Do not bring the enemy in. I didn't think that was like
But you
I
see.
didn't think that was the move.
But you
I did
see.
not think
Okay.
Kellen
Okay.
Moore was the move.
Okay.
He came in, great at designing, and there's a little bit of Sirianni in there somewhere, right? That's another conversation for another day.
Yeah.
But it looked like he brought elements into the offense that were definitely lacking, and he made it work. But then who could have seen Saquon Barkley going off like he did all season? That was like the great unknown. Like I don't know what it would have looked like without that explosion of just next level running game. I have
Yeah.
no idea. So that definitely played a part, and I don't know if your man Kellen Moore said let's work around that, or like I don't know exactly what happened there. But I'll bring you back to the Super Bowl. Running game got stuck, right? Everybody they keyed in heavy on the running game, and you seen Kellen Moore call an excellently called, like a beautiful passing operation to just show you what the Birds can really do, what Jalen can really do, right? In the first Super Bowl against the Chiefs, Jalen was much more mobile. He was throwing it too. We
Yeah.
also were doing running back by committee. So when
Yeah.
you go back to the Shane Steichen thing, we had multiple running backs. It was kind of like everybody get a little touch or whatever, but then we relied on the talent that Jalen had with his legs to be the threat, and then also to get to the air. So we've seen different versions of him, and
Yeah.
then with a couple of two different what do you call it, coordinators that had not had any kind of experience play calling. When they came in, it was a crap show, right? So whether that's not, they didn't have a good game plan, they just didn't know how to call the plays in sequence in during the action. But you can't blame it on Hurts because with two different dudes, he was able to take it all the way to the house using his talent, whether that was to be heavy throwing or a dual threat or to rely on the running game. Either way, so my man Jalen works with it in any type of situation, but you cannot just say he can't throw the ball. That ain't he's not Tim Tebow.
I mean, I
You're
hear what
not
you're
going to Tim
saying.
Tebow the homie.
I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying that Jalen is bad. That's not what I'm saying.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
say he's trash a lot, but I'm really not saying he's a bad quarterback
Right.
by far. Come on,
Uh-huh.
he's been a champion
Come on.
since college.
For real, for real.
What I am saying though is a lot of what you said could be looked at as supporting talent and coaching. Once you have an entire season where you have a running back go on a historic run, and you
Hmm.
trusted that running back a lot more than you trusted anybody else on the offense, right? You did. There's been plenty of times where you might have had a great running game, but they didn't just take the ball out of the quarterback's
I,
hand.
I, you got to correct you. It was this amazing offensive line
Yeah.
paired with this crazy running back that no one saw coming because we got him on the cheap. Let's keep it real. Everybody,
Well, what
I
better
don't think
time?
I don't
What
think
better
we keyed
time?
in on him like saying, "Oh, this is the move of all moves." I think it was like, "Yo, these fools are really gonna give him up." He's a great talent. I
Yeah.
don't think we thought he was going to do that
I
at
don't think
all,
anyone did. But I'm
at
saying
all.
if you have a quarterback that you trust with the ball in his hand, what better
Mhm.
time? You got this Hall of Fame offensive line. You got a
Yeah,
historic run by the running back. Yo, you got weapons in the secondary. The
yeah.
defense is now cheating up. Let the quarterback go. They didn't.
We
And
we
when they
did
tried
in the
to,
Super Bowl. In the only game that in the biggest game,
but
you
that's
see my man go off.
and he went off. Shots out to him. He was
Yeah.
MVP.
You
But
got
my
you
point,
got to play the dagger,
they didn't plan.
historic.
They
It
didn't
it
plan
ripped
that.
the heart out of the Chiefs.
They didn't plan the dagger. They did not plan. But this is
What?
what I'm saying. Okay,
But no 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 no
hold on, hold
no.
on.
Did you watch the footage though? Did
Remember,
you watch the footage? You got Kelsey. You got everybody on the sideline like, hey, it's been done before. We got this. We got this.
y'all,
Dagger,
we're
bro.
still gonna have to deal with this for a long time.
Dagger.
We still gonna have to deal with this. But listen,
Okay,
my
okay.
point is, okay, you think Jaden Daniels
Talk about it.
opening year phenomenal, right? Would
Yeah.
CJ Stroud
Hmm.
opening year phenomenal? What did everybody say when they talked about those freshman campaigns?
What about them getting injured or what?
No, they said, well, it was a great first year, but let's see how the
Oh,
second year is now when everybody has tape on them. It was a
facts.
surprise. No one
Yeah.
expected it. So the difference in the Super Bowl, and I know everybody in Philly's like, whatever. I'm not trying to knock him. I'm not trying to knock Philly. Y'all
Right,
played a
right, right.
beautiful game. Y'all moved the phenomenal Chiefs just look like they ain't even compare. Look like y'all was playing D League or something.
Come on.
But my point is when you look at those quarterbacks I just talked about, you're
Yeah.
looking at no one's prepared. The Chiefs, to their fault, weren't prepared for them to
In
go
the
back
no,
to
in
tank. They
no, in
weren't
the
prepared, and I'm
the
not saying
we
that's a
played them
bad thing. I'm
twice,
saying that's their
Cash.
fault.
We played them twice though. In the first Super Bowl, and this is
But you're a
all
second,
facts.
completely different team in the second Super Bowl, though.
Yeah,
You're a
okay.
completely different team.
But I'll tell you what's the same. In both Super Bowls, Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
In
I give him
both.
his credit. I'm
And we
not.
had different teams. One was more about the defense just coming
Yep.
in tight. They were coming in of a historic defensive campaign, all those sacks that they were stacking up and everything, comparing them to the 85 Bears. That
Yep.
that was a different defense for sure. And again, like we didn't have a solid running back. We had a bunch of different running backs. You feel me?
I
And
agree.
and but
And he lost.
still, Jalen went off.
And
Jalen
he
was a
lost.
dual threat.
He
And
lost.
okay, so are you saying that once people could had tape on Jalen that he wasn't able to do those same things, so he had to adjust?
No,
Because that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I'm saying that Super Bowl is 2 years removed. That's two drafts removed. That's two
Yeah,
free agencies removed. That's two off seasons removed. That's new coordinators. I'm saying
yeah,
that
that's two
by the
coordinators.
time
Yeah,
right, by the time
yeah.
they play you the second time, they're not thinking about that footage. They're thinking about that season. And I'm saying to their fault. And
Hmm.
it worked perfectly for Philly. They thought, oh,
Marvelous.
they're gonna keep doing the same thing they've been doing, and Spag drew it up like we're gonna shut down this running game, which he did. He did exactly what he was getting paid to do.
All
When he
day.
sit back in his $1 million mansion, that is what he got paid to do. And in the Super Bowl, he did that. Unfortunately, he did it a little too well without a plan B. But my point is not the Super Bowl. My point is the argument that you brought up about the narrative around Jalen. And I'm saying Jalen got a chance to go off when nobody expected Jalen to go off. But when they expect him to go off, it don't look the same. That was my point. That's my only point. And I'm
Listen,
not saying that the narrative is
yeah.
right or wrong. I'm just
I
saying
don't
on
I
the
don't even
outside
know if
looking in,
yeah.
that's how it can look like. Dang, even a coordinator who's known for giving excellent quarterback play, he got to lean to the running back.
Nah,
You
nah.
focused on the other 19 games. I'm just talking.
Again,
I'm
yeah,
just talking
again, you know what I'm gonna say. It's about the dub,
about,
man, and you gotta do what you gotta do. It's
how is
so
that a
important.
defense for
It's so
Jalen?
important to do what you gotta do. And if you can't, if Jalen couldn't throw, and we got stifled on the running game, and then it was just an abysmal offensive performance, and we lose that Super Bowl, that would be complete. It would feed the narrative. Getting stuck and then being able to pull a fantastic passing game it rips the narrative apart. It's like,
Okay.
well, why didn't you do more during the season? I didn't. So what? Like, why? What is that question? I went to the Super Bowl and I won it. Got MVP. Outplayed the best quarterback in the league when it mattered. What does it matter? Like, what are we even talking about? You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone because y'all
Come on.
deserve all the respect for that season and for every Philly fan out there. Yes, in both of these seasons, y'all was better than us. Let's just say that because that's
Okay,
what it's gonna come
that's
down.
also his.
But were
Yes,
we
that's
better than
fact.
you? But were we? I got it. I got it. Um,
You got it.
what I'm saying is, with all the respect in the world, this is the National Football League, and 32 quarterbacks, when given the freedom, are great players. Some are phenomenal, some are just great, but these are the top of the top. There's only 32 of them,
Yeah,
right?
facts.
So
Yeah,
these are all, we might knock them. People might talk about Dak, he ain't that great. People might talk about Bryce, he ain't that great. Whatever you want to say. But these are the top 32 that the NFL can find in this particular time frame out
yeah.
of millions of kids that want to play quarterback, right? So
Mhm.
they're all great. So it's not shocking that if someone doesn't plan for you, whether it be CJ Stroud because they thought you was just a rookie and you go off. Jaden Daniels, they ain't think nothing of you. They thought it was just LSU, you too small for the NFL, and you go off. Or Jalen Hurts, we've watched you all year, kind of just sit back and let Saquon, so we're gonna focus on him, and then you go off. It doesn't matter if you step up and prove you already proved something. You number one, you QB1. So it's not a
Yeah,
fact of
easy,
are you good.
easy.
The,
Yeah,
the the question is not are you good. The question is, can you do it all the time, any place, or are you just in that top five? I think a lot of quarterbacks are serviceable, and I'm not saying that that's Jalen. I'm saying that I think that the narrative is that
Mhm.
Jalen is Jalen last year is Sam Darnold this year. I think that's the narrative, and I'm not agreeing.
Yeah, yeah,
I think it's well, you got a phenomenal defense. You got an incredible running game to the point your running back was the MVP. You got incredible coaching and play calling, incredible culture and want to and drive and fans and all of that. The 12s, all of that, right?
come on.
And so all you need to do is not mess it up. We're gonna feed Kenneth. Oh, they shut him down. All right, we got the routes. Don't worry about it. We got you. And all you gotta
Mhm.
do is sit there and play a position. That don't mean that Sam Darnold is now top five. And no one's considering that.
Yeah.
It's just not. I don't care if he
Mhm.
did outplay whoever he outplayed. They still
And
not
that's
gonna
what
look at
that's
it.
why he not Jalen. Even after the Super Bowl, he not Jalen
There you go.
because they not the same. It's
That's
not even close.